there is talk of approaching bandits and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
Oh, he is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings. Such are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived when you did. That is nice to hear. Gao could learn much from you if he wanted to learn anything from anyone. What does Gao the Lesser ever want? He's convinced that he can buy everything, and that includes people. He's a spoiled little man. I'd rather not dwell on him. Let's not increase his influence by talking about him after he's gone. What is it you wish?
Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with C. Pat on his way to help Kia Min. It's strange that simple bandits would launch such a raid.
Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future?
I don't like your bad feelings. They always end up being right. Remember the grass fire? Half of the field's gone in a day, and you knew it would happen.
You said you felt the lightning coming, but not even Master Li knows the weather like that. I trust your instincts. You are full of such promise. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that. I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground. What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart?
Let's go get your weapon from Guzhen's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack.
Of course. Good company will make the walk go faster.
When I catch you, woman, you will be sorry.
It's always someone else's fault, isn't it, Gao? This is your mess. I didn't make you kidnap me.
I swear, Dawnstar, my patience is running thin. No! No! Not you! Anyone but you! What are you doing here?
You see that, Gao? That's loyalty and responsibility. Can you even understand those words?
I understand more than you. I did you a favor, but you are too stupid to know a good thing when you're in its grasp.
Being kidnapped was a good thing? You have an odd view of what it takes to impress a woman.
Fools! You'd be dead if it wasn't for me. Everything you have is gone. My father will see to that. You'll see. Death comes from above to ferret out your hidden master and his real name. Dawnstar was the only thing I wanted to save, and what thanks do I get? Nothing. So be it. I'll just kill you all and forget your pitiful little village ever existed. Then fight. And we'll see who's better outside your pretty school. Even if you win, you've lost elsewhere.
He has earned my ire as well as yours. I will help if I can.
Doesn't matter to me. Master Li isn't here to restrict how I fight. I'll kill you both in time to see the red sky over your village.
He had to know that someone in the village would come for me, although I suspected it would be you. I am grateful. Your friendship has always been a comfort to me. Maybe that was what made Gao so jealous. I don't know. And who is this? I must thank your new acquaintance for his help as well.
Sagacious Zoo. You don't owe me anything. I just helped your young friend through the swamp.
Sagacious Zoo. Well, I am grateful. I don't know what Gao meant by saying he was doing me a favor. How could dragging me here be beneficial? Agreed. I want Master Li to know that we are both safe. It's too bad, though. He wanted to reach Gao. I'm sure of it. Gao just seemed to get more and more bitter. He didn't respond well to discipline. It's too bad.
I will wait by Gao's flyer. He can't object now.
No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind, although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad when we can leave this place to find Master Li. Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. I'm not sure I can make my concerns fully understood. Our time in the ruins, the creatures we encountered, so much unrest. This was different from what I have seen before. There is pain here, but hatred too. The spirits around Two Rivers seemed aimless, lost. These are focused. I feel they would linger here, even without the support of whatever has increased the ghosts elsewhere. I suppose that is true. Left behind by their neighbors, literally to die. Could you recover from such abandonment? I'm not sure that I have. I mean, if I had suffered something like that, I'm sure it would have stayed with me. I should not feel bad about it. I was not left to die. I was sent to study at the school, probably so Master Li could deal with my sensitivities. It doesn't compare, really. These spirits, they truly suffered and have a right to turn on those who left them behind. Me? I feel like my abandonment was partially my fault, but I was 3 and I couldn't help being different. I would have tried to fit in if I had been given a chance. I know I shouldn't. I can see the result of such pain in the poor creatures in the ruins. I do not want to suffer such anger, such bitterness. It may not seem like it, but I draw great strength from you and the things you say. I am grateful for that. As always, I have much to think about after speaking with you. Perhaps we can continue this another time. I am trying to feel good about what happened at Gao's fortress, the lair of his pirates. We went looking for our master and perhaps another flyer. What we found, I was not prepared for how cruel people could be. Seeing those people with no control over their fates, it is similar to a pain in my past that I have not thought about for a long time. I would not dream of saying my experience is similar to those poor people in Gao's fortress, but that lack of control, I know that well. One of the only things I know about myself is that on the morning I was born, the sky was red, like distant mountains were on fire. Perhaps it was Dirge burning, as Zhu said. I believe it was an ill omen, and that stigma is why my abilities became a burden. That's why I must have been left at the school. to be subject to the whims of someone else just because of what you are, be you slave or outsider. Yes, I know that well. Yes, you are an outsider too, albeit one with power to change your world. I think the slaves in the pirate lair would greatly appreciate your skill in defense. And I would make great use of your confidence. You inspire me to think of the possibilities, not just the problems. I'm gaining an appreciation for the person you are becoming. Perhaps we should speak on these matters again sometime. The forest was a disturbing place. Such destruction. It was horrible, even if it was mostly unseen. Now we have everything we need to follow Master Li's captors to the Imperial City. I am eager to do so after all the resistance we've encountered. Our time in the forest was very troubling to me. To see such distance between the concerns of men and spirits is something I am still getting used to. I have been sensitive to these things for as long as I can remember, but it was not always such a disturbing talent. There used to be harmony. Be serious. This worries me. The world seems to be filling up with wayward spirits. That it affected the forest shadow is very disturbing. It makes me wonder how deep the trouble goes, and what mortals like us are supposed to do about it. What do you think? Master Li thought you were tied to this somehow. Can you comfort me? Your appreciation is just what I was looking for, and I am grateful. I know we will do what we can, even if the world moves in ways we cannot fathom. I am glad we can talk like this. It soothes my mind. I hope we can continue another time. The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice. This is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately. I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew. I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever. But that's what is bothering me. We can't be a long way from home because our home is gone. I can no longer say that what I see is strange or foreign because I have lost what I would have compared it to. I am the one out of place now. I would like that, to know you will be there no matter what. I've never had that stability. At least not before joining the school. As a child, I was marked by ill omens, apparently named for them. The people in Two Rivers were polite, but many did not hide the discomfort I caused them. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions? I cannot change who I am, I know. Perhaps I just have to let all of that go. It will not be easy. But I do feel that you have given me a strength I did not have before. I very much appreciate your support. We should continue this discussion later. I have much to think about, and our work here has only just begun. The Imperial City. I never dreamed I would reach it. Yes? I like to think that we can take time to talk about important things. I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she be trusted? To you, perhaps, but not to me. I think I am perceived as a rival, but no one has told me what the game is. The princess? The daughter of the Emperor is jealous of me? I think the size of our task has addled your senses. What could I possibly have that would make her jealous? What does a woman from the borderlands have that the princess herself does not? Well, that is just foolish, isn't it? You have always been a good friend to me, but I never meant... I mean, I couldn't... No. No, I should have more control over this. This is too uncertain. You can't manipulate me into admitting something like this. Not when you can leave whenever you want. Don't juggle your words. I am not amused by it. You know very well what I mean. It's probably at the front of your mind all the time for all I know. I prefer to have more control over myself, and as much control over what goes on around me as possible. Silk Fox, or whatever she wants to be called, is an unknown I can't compensate for. I can't stay in balance if I don't know what she represents. You and I, we talk and share thoughts, but she forces me to consider where that might lead, both good and bad. I'm not ready for that. Don't you dare! Oh, you tease so much, I don't know what to do with you. You have become so different since we left Two Rivers. Or perhaps it is me. For all the trouble we face, I feel like a weight is lifting. I think we will have a great deal more to discuss in the coming days. I'm looking forward to it. Until then, thank you for being so understanding. Master Li was right. You are special. I suppose it is good that the Lotus Assassin Executioner accepted you. I wish I felt better about that. Will you be heading to the Lotus Assassin Fortress soon? When you are through there, the princess will take us to the palace. At least, that's what she promised. We are much closer to finding our master, but the path you are forced to take worries me, and I don't think the princess shares my concern. We have faced these Lotus Assassins in small numbers before, but this is something different. I see the necessity of walking in their steps to fool them, but I am growing accustomed to you, and I don't want to see this change you. You embarrass me with such forward questions, but I think I like that as well. It bothers me that you risk so much to walk in the shadow of the enemy. You fought through the arena with your honor intact, but the Lotus Assassins will press you to commit far more vicious acts. I don't want to win if it claims the good in you. What right do we have to harmony if we sacrifice what we believe to get it? I know you won't, but it still does my heart good to hear it. The more I know about you, the more I want you to stay as you are. It would be a shame for something to happen when we are becoming close. We will talk again. I know everything will work out just fine. So this is the lair of the enemy? We are really going inside. Wait, I should say something. If only... Wait! Oh, she would find her way here. Is there anywhere free of her influence?
Sorry to disturb such a touching scene, but I have a sizable investment in this, and there are things that should not go unsaid. Both of us, I wonder?
You cheapen the importance of this, princess. He could die in there.
I am unaccustomed to admissions of this kind, but the situation demands no less. I want proof of Death's Hand's misdeeds, but there is more at stake. You must be very careful. If they learn your identity, you will face the whole fortress. As strong as you are, I don't think you would live to discredit Death's Hand. I don't want to lose you in a place like this. You could die here, and I wanted to say I would find that very unfortunate.
Princess... No. You pretend about too much to be genuine in this. Honest affection comes from years of growth. Even if it was only recently discovered. Thank you for your assurance. I know we have all been struggling with the responsibilities destiny imparts. I don't wish to add to that in an unpleasant way.
Yes, I can see how you would not want to be overburdened. I think we are done here.
Yes, Princess. I believe we are. Take care in the Assassin's Fortress. Master Li is waiting for us, and I am looking forward to turning our attention to happier concerns. Hurry to the palace. I hate it that Master Li is trapped there. Who knows what the Emperor is doing with him?
My father will explain. Death's Hand is behind this. You will see.
It is just about time, isn't it? The Emperor or Death's Hand or whoever can only keep us from our master for so long. So much has happened to get us here. Our hard work. The loss of Sagacious Zoo. I'm looking forward to having our questions answered. I also don't want to worry about you anymore. What if you were next to fall? I think I trust you now, but I'm not sure what should come next. This seems like such an uncertain time to be making plans for the future. I feel selfish for trying to find peace while this war of ours continues. When we free Master Li, that will be the more appropriate time for this. I doubt you need any more incentive, but I am glad I have that effect. Now it is just up to the princess to keep her word. And we can end this. Everything will be all right again. I know it.
Here it is. The entrance to my father's throne room. I doubt he'll take this intrusion kindly, especially not with the information we've learned.
Then this is it. This is what you were meant to do. To face the Emperor in the heart of the Empire. All our hard work, Sagacious Zoo's sacrifice. After all of this, all I can think about is how much more there is to be said between us. I have come to rely on that. Please, no matter what happens beyond these doors, do not forget who you are. Destiny has a way of changing the rules. We have come this far. I could not bear to lose you.
If you two are through, we must find your master. And and the truth of what has been happening in the Empire. We have to make sure we survive.
Your situation.
All is not lost. Hear me.
Wages?
We must go to Dirge.
What? Why?
We must go to Dirge, quickly. There's no time to explain. You look so peaceful, even though I know that what you've been through must have been terrible. Yes, it is, isn't it? But tomorrow that will be gone, shattered. The time we have now may never come again. The time we have left is small. I wonder sometimes, I wonder what I would do if I knew that I would lose you tomorrow. And then I remember that I have already lost you once, and I could never suffer that pain again. I knew you would say that. I yearned for it. I worry so much about what tomorrow may bring, and... what they love, what they must not lose. Whatever tomorrow may bring, you'll always have tonight.
We are victorious! But how long will this peace last?
The day already drags like an overloaded ox. Our enemies should be more efficient.
I do not shy from meaningful combat, but eliminating your boredom is not a worthwhile cause to fight for.
If there's no wine, there should be fighting. That's the way of things for a warrior.
We should not take much longer to lick our wounds, even if the victory was ours. No doubt the enemy awaits us.
A good idea. It will allow for some adjustments to the marvelous dragonfly. The landing here was rough. I will ferry whom I can for an initial assault. Give me a few moments. We will leave at your command when my work is done.
So many changes. The Jade Empire is not the place I once thought it was.
What Master Li has done is unforgivable. We have to set things right and undo the evil he has put in motion. I have no doubt that there will be. When everything is restored to the way it was, we will be able to return to the lives we lost. It won't be perfect, I know, but I even miss the simple heartache of mortal sorrow. Our time among the gods has forced greater worries upon us. Will there be time for us? More than anything, I hope so. There is a great deal of temptation ahead of you. I know you will make your decisions carefully. I know you won't make the same mistakes your master did. I know, and perhaps the greatest and hardest of those is yet to come. So much is on your shoulders. When the time comes, we will reveal what evils have been done in the name of power. We will make certain this cannot happen again, you and I. I know everything will be fine. You will see to it.
This is what he has done. This is what your Master Li allowed. For 20 years, my body has bled, separate from the spirit, feeding the Empire and the Emperor. It is an agony that you cannot fathom. To have fallen so far into the hands of men. Rebirth is impossible while this continues.
By all the heavens.
This is not right. Gods do not bleed.
Forgive us, great dragon. Our mortal kin are ignorant, foolish, unkind. These crimes will not go unanswered.
I have never seen such a crime against the proper order of things.
Every freedom I cherish is violated by this.
You small creatures. You heard the sounds of battle, but are you truly prepared? What will become of your world if my kind fall to the same evils that plague you? Your Master Li must be stopped. The Empire must find balance without the flow of heart water he has unleashed. Water flows from the wound that will not heal in the body that cannot die. Part of me functions as an aspect of our world, elemental in nature. It was never meant to flow free. It is not infinite. The Jade Empire is green, but somewhere another land goes thirsty. All things are linked.
Nothing was solved. The problem was merely pushed onto someone else's plate.
You are a spirit monk, charged with guarding the order of things. You were not born to this role, but as the last, a solemn duty falls at your feet. I cannot be healed. My body has been cut open, my heart removed. I should rejoin the Great Wheel, but I am defiled and cannot rest. Rebirth can only come when my essence is free. To defeat your master, you must stop the power he draws from me. Soon he will be too strong, even for you. Your master abuses the amulet he took from you. His brother did not have that luxury, so he needed to draw my essence slowly. The toll on his body was grave. Your master does not have to be so cautious. The amulet is not a source of power, but it is a focus. He partakes of energy that mortals were never meant to hold. He laps at it greedily, expecting your return. You must destroy the source of that power. You must destroy my body. When he falls, all that is mine will then rejoin my spirit. Rebirth.
There is no other decision to make. This desecration, we must undo it.
A good step toward rectifying this desecration.
There was no other reasonable response to such an abomination.
Then let it be so. Take hold of a blade, spirit monk, and let it strike true. Destroy the machine that maintains this abomination. The Great Wheel must turn.
It's time. We must go face Master Li in the throne room. Sun Li is waiting in the throne room. We can't wait any longer. There must be justice for what has happened here.
I will live to be as old as the Empire itself, and I will never be able to remove that sight from my mind.
I will treasure this moment for as long as I live. To have a hand in such a creature's destiny, it is an honor.
This was nearly overwhelming. My eyes were not meant to see such things.
Yes, your master. He made this possible. I don't know how much help I will be against him.
We have to try. I can't leave here knowing I didn't try.
We will try. There is nothing else we can do.
There are others here who may wish to express a preference in this matter.
I will try. I have to.
You surprise me yet again. I'm a better teacher than I thought.
The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice.
This is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately. I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew.
I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever.
Get tough. I am quite capable of defending myself physically. Are you suggesting I harden my heart more than it already is? I already feel like an outsider. What good is there in pointless rage?
I have no desire to spend my days growing bitter over things I can't change. I appreciate what I think you're saying, but the sentiment is so harsh. I don't want to become like the people who pushed me aside. As a child, I was marked by ill omens, apparently named for them. The people in Two Rivers were polite, but many did not hide the discomfort I caused them. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions? I always just felt like a victim, but perhaps like now I was just out of place. Is that what you mean? I should feel superior because they did not understand me? I did not expect this conversation to take this turn, but I still feel better. I'm not quite comfortable with it yet, but I begin to see what has made you so strong. I would like to continue this later. As always, I have much to think about after speaking with you. Yes? I like to think that we can take time to talk about important things. I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she be trusted? To you, perhaps, but not to me. I think I am perceived as a rival, but no one has told me what the game is. I am not. Why would you suggest that? And why did you smirk? Are you trying to pit us against each other? Does it amuse you to see people compete for your affection? Your affection. Did I just say that? Well, damn you for being right. The situation is useful? Is that what I am here for? To be used? Will I be cast aside when you are done? This is how it starts, you know. Soon there will be whispers and strange looks. I've seen that before. I don't want to be a part of this. Not when you can leave whenever you want. What? What do you mean? Well, I don't know, I'm not used to thinking about that. I always felt that what came next was in someone else's hands. I've never been given that kind of choice before. I deserve not to be cast aside. I deserve better. I should fight more. I should spit more. I should slap the princess in her smirking face, and I should look at you without fear of what might happen, because if I grow to need you and you leave, ancestors help me, you will regret it. Am I? Perhaps you should worry if you are worthy of mine. That is what you wish, isn't it? That I assert myself? I did not intend for this to go as far as it has this quickly. I am startled by what you bring out in me. I need time to think. You have introduced me to some interesting ideas. I thank you for that. I think I have been weak for too long. I suppose it is good that the Lotus Assassin Executioner accepted you. I wish I felt better about that. Will you be heading to the Lotus Assassin Fortress soon? When you are through there, the princess will take us to the palace. At least, that's what she promised. It seems like such a long path, but we are getting closer to Master Li and those who took him. I am concerned about what is coming. After all, the lair of the Lotus Assassins may hold a tempting power. Nor should you. I know your strength and how you place yourself above all others. You have shown how effective your way of thinking can be. I know that if there is any power to be taken from the Lotus assassins, you will take it. I am not concerned about that. Any help would be useful to us, despite the source. I am more concerned that their presentation might be seductive. You will not forget that our mission is to free our master, will you? If you subjugated the whole of their order, that would be very useful to us indeed. I wouldn't be against that. We could use them to our advantage against their leaders. I knew you would stay true to our cause. If we turn the powers of our enemy against them, more the better. It would be good to see someone else suffer for a change. Do I? I suppose I don't have the patience to let people change on their own anymore, but not many deserved it. You helped me to see that, and I am grateful, even if it is taking me a while to get used to this darker view of the world. As long as you stay with me, I know everything will work out just fine. I've changed because of you, for you. I'm glad. I won't lose you, or the chance to save Master Li. I can't. Can we get back to the task at hand? There will be time to speak about this later, when we get this hateful world back to normal. I just want this to be over so we can build new lives. So this is the lair of the enemy? You're really going inside. Wait, I should say something. If only...
Wait!
Oh, she would find her way here. Is there anywhere free of her influence?
Sorry to disturb such a touching scene, but I have a sizable investment in this, and there are things that should not go unsaid. Both of us, I wonder?
You cheapen the importance of this, Princess. He could die in there.
I am unaccustomed to admissions of this kind, but the situation demands no less. I want proof of Death's Hand's misdeeds, but there is more at stake. You must be very careful. If they learn your identity, you will face the whole fortress. As strong as you are, I don't think you would live to discredit Death's Hand. I don't want to lose you in a place like this. You could die here, and I wanted to say I would find that very unfortunate.
Princess... No. You pretend about too much to be genuine in this. Honest affection comes from years of growth. Even if it was only recently discovered. Thank you for your assurance. I know we have all been struggling with the responsibilities destiny imparts. I don't wish to add to that in an unpleasant way.
Yes, I can see how you would not want to be overburdened. I think we are done here.
Yes, Princess. I believe we are. Take care in the Assassin's Fortress. Master Li is waiting for us, and I am looking forward to turning our attention to happier concerns. Hurry to the palace. I hate it that Master Li is trapped there. Who knows what the Emperor is doing with him?
My father will explain. Death's Hand is behind this. You will see.
Don't go too far. Hurry to the palace. I hate it that Master Li is trapped there. Who knows what the Emperor is doing with him? What did you want to talk about? We are very close to our goal now, aren't we? I'm growing impatient for answers. We have pushed against the walls, blocking our way, and it's about time we broke through. After suffering so much and losing Sagacious Zoo, I think this Emperor owes us a great deal. I think we are owed time to be safe together. If you were the next to fall, I would never forgive you. Smirk all you like, but the threat is real. I feel selfish pushing for what I want while this war of ours is ongoing, but I will have no such reservations when it is done. I am looking forward to something for the first time in a great while. You should not disappoint me. I doubt you need any more incentive, but I am glad I have that effect. Now it is just up to the princess to keep her word. And we can end this. Everything will be all right again. I know it.
Here it is. The entrance to my father's throne room. I doubt he'll take this intrusion kindly, especially not with the information we've learned.
Then this is it. This is what you were meant to do. To face the Emperor in the heart of the Empire. All our hard work, Sagacious Zoo's sacrifice. After all of this, all I can think about is how much more there is to be said between us. I have come to rely on that. Please, no matter what happens beyond these doors, do not forget who you are. Destiny has a way of changing the rules. After all of this, I would never forgive you if I were to lose you.
If you two are through, we must find your master, and the truth of what has been happening in the Empire.
You are here, alive! We thought you were dead, and then I had visions of the strangest things.
Dawnstar guided us to this place, but I expected a ghost, not flesh and blood.
I do not know what to say.
My surprise is tempered by knowing that spouses and companions will follow beyond reason. Far, far beyond.
ونوير كوب ثاير ثانير أككم أصول سيير سكوت أثيثير نوني.
Few things are more dangerous than the interest of the heavens.
Pardon the intrusion, but might I add the entire army of the Emperor to that list? Or is that too small a thing for your attention?
Wo yowir apafwe ir sir sisitsu towir ok piir okir ifwir wo.
Your former master, my uncle, has taken the Jade Empire as his own. Emperor Sun Li has set the whole of his forces against us, and we are trapped here in Dirge. After you defeated my father, and Li struck you down, he claimed both your amulet and the heart of the water dragon and announced that his rule had begun. The Lotus assassins were his almost immediately. Your amulet must have allowed him to quickly do what it took my father years to accomplish. We had no choice but to flee. In the days after, the new Emperor did not seem overly concerned with capturing us, and we did not know where to go.
He didn't consider us a threat. We had no way of fighting him. Just as with Sun Hai, only a spirit monk can face him with hope of success.
That's why we came here. Dawnstar's vision seemed impossible, but any hope was better than none.
Unfortunately, Emperor Sun Li sensed your stirrings in the spirit realm as well, and now we are trapped.
You do not face Emperor Sun Li. You face the whole of the Imperial army. All of it. Not lone assassins or a single brigade, but the whole of the army, golems and all.
Only one path is passable by foot, and that is the route they are coming up. We cannot sneak past such a horde.
My marvelous dragonfly will not survive the passage either. The winds force a certain path, and the army's flyers are guarding it well. But that is our luck, as well as our sorrow. Their inferior flyers can barely stay aloft in such currents. They will not overrun us from the air, at least not in numbers.
We have a little time. They are still at the base of the mountain. I'd say the main force won't be here until tomorrow.
We will start securing the temple. The great gates of this place will grant us some valuable time. At least they will not take us by surprise.
Fortifications? Perhaps I will remove some of the ordnance from the marvelous dragonfly. Properly applied, it may prove useful tomorrow. Come, whirlwind, I need your muscle.
That's the Black Whirlwind. And as long as it makes the coming fight more interesting, I'll lift whatever you want.
That is all we can do for now. Tomorrow will decide our fates.
So much has happened. Please, when the others have left, we should have a moment together. You look so peaceful, even though I know that what you've been through must have been terrible. Yes, it is, isn't it? But tomorrow that will be gone, shattered. The time we have now may never come again. The time we have left is small. I wonder sometimes, I wonder what I would do if I knew that I would lose you tomorrow. And then I remember that you left me once already, and the anger I felt. I do not like the thought of being left alone. I would, and I would not be forgiving. You will survive this coming battle because I won't let you put me through losing you again. That is the understanding we must have. I have given myself to you, but if you leave me again, I will make those responsible pay dearly. You included. I no longer know who I am without you. Whatever tomorrow may bring, you will always have tonight.
I find this matter most unsettling.
What? He's a damn good fighter. Better to have him as an ally than an enemy.
He's not an ally, he's enslaved.
At least we know where he is. It might be best to leave him this way. Can you blame us? There is an unsettling new presence in the group.
An odd kind of trophy to collect. Very hard to display without reaction.
Binding the spirit of a member of the royal family is not acceptable.
I am more interested in how you made it happen. Having him here is troubling, but I see that he could be useful.
I do not like that he is here. It seems cruel, even if he was our enemy.
Tools must be respected, but they are still just tools.
That could apply to any of us. That is why this is cause for concern.
As a member of the royal family, I must protest. You cannot do this if you want my support.
I don't care if he goes or stays, but the twisting of a man's soul should not be allowed.
Such a thing is not natural. I won't follow you if this continues. I'd rather face my wife again.
ونوير كوب ثاير ثانير أككون أصو Siir sukut afifir noni. Kupsistir sun puno suupu ir siir sisitsu towir ok.
You have the ability to do such a thing? I suppose there may be no choice if we want to succeed.
You would dare attempt to steal my will? I could not imagine a more horrible fate.
I could suffer the imprisonment of my body, but having my mind taken would be a horror. You know me. This would be unbearable. Won't you listen to reason?
If it must be done. Come on, let's get this over with so we can get to our next battle.
It would seem that the group is again of one mind.
Who cares what brings them to the front line, as long as they fight when they get there?
You have removed all choice in the matter, the weakest ploy of a poor leader.
Perhaps it is best that you are held this way. All others in your family descended to treachery eventually.
Examine your own weakness before daring to judge your betters, little Dawnstar. You would be here if you were stronger.
You must see that these are not the actions of a just man.
I am free to move because I know that lost causes are lost for a reason. The threat we face has changed what is truly right or wrong.
While I do not wish to take sides in the management of my fellows, I must agree that we need to move forward.
Kukawuk takti yir. Wapanir.
A good idea. It will allow for some adjustments to the marvelous dragonfly. The landing here was rough. I will ferry whom I can for an initial assault. Give me a few moments. We will leave at your command when my work is done.
So many changes. The Jade Empire is not the place I once thought it was. The closer we get to power, the more I love what you are becoming. So many lies. The Empire needs your firm hand. Death's hand is a fine symbol of your power. The Princess and Sky are fools for not seeing his worth. Someone has to turn the evils of others to good. There will be time for whatever you want. If nothing else, I can depend on you to make the world suit your schedule. Everyone else in my life has betrayed what they were supposed to stand for. You alone have stayed true in your actions and words. Will there be time for us? If we take it. Good. I used to think that harmony and balance would save the world. Now I know that those are just words misused by everyone. You have shown me that no one else is worthy of that seat. I know you will make things as right as they can be. And well they should. There must be punishment for the evil that has come to pass, and there must be control to ensure it does not happen again. I know, and perhaps the greatest and hardest of those is yet to come. So much is on your shoulders. I will be there when you take control. We will make certain that no one can harm the people of the Empire again. I know everything will be fine. You will see to it.
Get out of my sight. No choice! Lies! I see now what a coward, what a child you are. You are no better than your master, doing anything to get your way. There is no strength in this. Only the most insecure leader would command such forced obedience. Are you so fearful of opposition? poor child grasping for control. Leave! You sicken me.
This is what he has done. This is what your Master Li allowed. For 20 years, my body has bled, separate from the spirit, feeding the Empire and the Emperor. It is an agony that you cannot fathom. To have fallen so far into the hands of men, rebirth is impossible while this continues.
By all the heavens.
This is not right. Gods do not bleed.
This is amazing. For such a creature to be mishandled so. The arrogance of the family son knows no bounds.
I have never seen such a crime against the proper order of things.
Every freedom I cherish is violated by this.
As was commanded, the beast was cut open to sustain the Empire, for the good of all, the greatest evil.
You small creatures, you heard the sounds of battle, but are you truly prepared? What will become of your world if my kind fall to the same evils that plague you? Your Master Li must be stopped. The Empire must find balance without the flow of heart water he has unleashed. Water flows from the wound that will not heal in the body that cannot die. Part of me functions as an aspect of our world, elemental in nature. It was never meant to flow free. It is not infinite. The Jade Empire is green, but somewhere another land goes thirsty. All things are linked.
Nothing was solved. The problem was merely pushed onto someone else's plate.
You are a spirit monk, charged with guarding the order of things. You were not born to this role, but as the last, a solemn duty falls at your feet. I cannot be healed. My body has been cut open, my heart removed. I should rejoin the Great Wheel, but I am defiled and cannot rest. Rebirth can only come when my essence is free. To defeat your master, you must stop the power he draws from me. Soon he will be too strong, even for you. Your master abuses the amulet he took from you. His brother did not have that luxury, so he needed to draw my essence slowly. The toll on his body was grave. Your master does not have to be so cautious. The amulet is not a source of power, but it is a focus. He partakes of energy that mortals were never meant to hold. He laps at it greedily, expecting your return. You must destroy the source of that power. You must destroy my body. When he falls, all that is mine will then rejoin my spirit. Rebirth.
An interesting question. You would at least be no worse than those who have tried so far.
It is tempting, I know, but care must be taken. Even the strong-willed have misused this energy.
I do not think the mind of a mortal was meant to hold such ability.
This is where it begins. A question of similar intent was the start of all our grief.
Beware what you say, for you are still mortal and open to the same weaknesses he and his brothers displayed. It seems that you learned your lessons in the spirit realm a little too well. Yes. Blood from your mortal companions could be used to poison my body. The energy flowing to Sun Li would be disrupted, making him vulnerable. Defeat him, and my power would remain trapped in this body, for you to use. You could claim his place, become a god. As the blood poison waned, your power would surpass his and eventually consume my very being. But the water that flows from me now sustains the Empire. If you poison my body, you poison wherever that water flows. You would taint the heart of the Empire.
Better than what? Free choice?
Your will alone would decide what those improvements are? What about tradition?
Yes, so much pain could be avoided with a strong hand.
To make things better, that was our wish. We failed.
Okir okun wampir wo apafawa ir wo sa'ir sokut.
One you are destined to make. I will stand by you, my love.
Do not make me take part in this act. If I could move against you, I would. You must not do this.
You are a far greater evil than I imagined. My mistake was ever giving my loyalty in the first place.
The horror of this! Please, see the consequences and remember who you are!
Wo oka wunir inatir nofun. Panir shakshir wo sir nikor pak.
Enough. If this must be done, let it be done quickly.
No, must I be bound while this happens? I would fight.
You coward! At least give me the freedom to try and stop this.
Struggle as best you can. Your world is in the balance.
Whatever is your will, Master.
Let me fight for you. There's so much death here, and none yet by my blades. Apafawa sonsir togir wo sonsir sunir fonir usota.
I will help as well. It must be done, and we can permit no dissension.
I have no choice, though I know I will not win. Come.
Face me then. I will fall for the Empire I once believed in.
This I really don't care for. Someone, help!
If they fight for me, they will benefit from my influence as you have, Spirit Monk. The heavens guide your hands. Pray it is enough.
Long sword.
It's time. We must go face Master Li in the throne room.
I will follow as well as I can, love, but I do not know if I will be much help. I could not stand against the previous Emperor, and Master Li is stronger.
You surprise me yet again. I'm a better teacher than I thought.